So in this video, I'm going to be trying to talk about basically all of my final theories on what side order is going to be. Please note that this video is going to come out a day before side order, and so it's going to be either accurate or not, but just so you know, in the future, if anyone sees this video and they go, oh, well, this is all terrible, then just let them know that it came out before the DLC. So without that, let's get into it. So, a couple things I've seen online are the theory that Lil Judd has something to do with the DLC. I'm not saying that he's the main villain, but I do completely agree with this, that Lil Judd is going to be making an appearance in this DLC. Now, the reason why I believe this is because one thing I've been seeing pop up online a lot is that Splatoon 3 released on, like, Teddy Bear Day or something in Japan, and Mr. Grizz is supposed to represent a teddy bear. So that's just a bit suspicious right there. And Side Order is coming out on Cat Day, and so, obviously Lil Judd having all this, oh, I'm gonna kill Judd and all this stuff, it makes sense for him to, like, be the main villain, I guess. But I just don't see him really being a villain, at least to this extent. Like, I don't think that he would have an entire campaign to himself. Now, something I could see is him having a little side story where you have to kind of piece together little bits and pieces to figure out what he did. Like, I don't know, maybe kills Judd or something. And so you got to piece together the clues to figure out the culprit or something, and it turns out, oh, it's Lil Judd. And I think that would be cool. But the main villain, I believe, is probably going to make a lot of people upset and maybe a lot of people happy. It's a pretty controversial thing. It's Agent 4. That's my whole theory. Or at least a clone of Agent 4. Because we know that cloning exists in this game, and so with all the humanoid inkling-looking things at the top of the tower in the trailer image, I'm pretty sure that those are all supposed to be clones of 8. So my theory is that the final boss is gonna be a fight between you and, like, some sort of, I guess, I don't know, like a version of Agent 4, I guess. We know that they still kind of exist because in one of the images by Nintendo, it was a couple of years back, but Agent 4 was in the image. I'll probably post it up here. But, yeah, so we know that Agent 4 is still at least a part of the story. Now, this isn't to say that he's going to be in Side Order or she's going to be in Side Order. But, it's just a thought because they came from Splatoon 2. And that also links back to Lil Judd, because Lil Judd came from Splatoon 2. Salmon Run came from Splatoon 2. Lil Judd is supposedly running Salmon Run or whatever, Grisco, I'm sorry. And, everything just kind of links back to Splatoon 2 currently. So, I'm sure all that's going to have a connection. And since we saw Deadfish, I'm wondering if we'll see any other music artists. I'm assuming if we do, they'll also be from Splatoon 2, just, throwing that out there. And yeah. Now, the largest thing that I'm going to say, it's a very, very, very controversial part. Pearl isn't actually the drone. That's my theory. Pearl isn't actually the drone. Because in the overview trailer, the woman specifically says,
along with Pearl, one half of the musical duo Off the Hook, who is now a drone, must ascend the Spire of Order together.
How did she turn into the drone? And why? Why would she turn into the drone? Maybe it was an accident. Maybe it was on purpose. And I don't see that. In the Fresh Season trailer, we see Pearl. We see actual Pearl in the DLC. So, my theory is that this is an imposter. It's sort of like FNAF Ruin, in my opinion, where this fake Pearl is going to be luring us to the top of the tower to kill us or something. I don't know their motive. But at the top is going to be Pearl and Marina to save the day. And then they're going to come in, sing their fresh new banger. And then we'll fight the final boss or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that's my theory. So, how the game's going to work. I think I have a whole story laid out. So, we are traveling to Inkopolis Square as New Agent 3. New Agent 3 falls asleep and has a dream. This is also another controversial part. He falls asleep, has a dream, and suddenly Agent 8 awakes to this new distorted world. And when she appears, she talks to 8, who's this drone. And so, you know, Pearl's really friendly. She talks to you. She gives you a bunch of advice. But you get into the tower, and you see Deadfish. Deadfish helps you out. So as you go up the tower, you fight these bosses as you go along. And the tower is meant to have you constantly compete, I guess. So, like, the tower is trying to make you win. No matter how much you don't care about it, the tower is, like, trying to get into your head so that you can basically reach the top. And along the way, they give you special abilities and power-ups. And the part that really concerns me here is that they're all from a palette. I don't know where they pull this palette from, but if it's like anything else that I can think of, they probably have control over it. So my guess, we're going to climb up the tower. We might save a couple music artists or whatever in the Splatoon series. And then eventually, after we get to the very top, we will finally reach Agent 4. And so my thing is, Agent 4 is going to be a copy. It's not going to be the actual Agent 4. And Pearl and Marina are going to show up somehow and kind of support us. I don't know, by singing or whatever they do. And so then we're going to get introduced to the main true villain, who I don't know who that would be, but my best guess would be Fiddler. Although I don't know what intentions he would have as a villain. But yeah, so Fiddler, with all his computer science technology stuff, he's going to take away our palette chips and everything. So we'll have to fight this copy of Agent 4 on our own. And after we finally defeat this Agent 4, he's going to come out in like a super giant mech boss or something. And so we're going to have to climb, I don't know, like the mini boss, I guess, and just defeat Fiddler. How this fight's going to work, I don't know. Honestly, it's all just my theory. But, yeah. Who knows? There might not even be an end to this game, for all I know. Because from what we've seen, it feels like there's not even going to be an end. Because I've seen a bunch of reviews online, which I'll link in the description below. But, you know, we have Dude's video, and he talks about how there's, like, 3 different bosses. So there's the, like, little coral spinning guy. There's the actual, like, little tower thing. And then there's all the, like, clone bots or whatever. And from this, it makes me think that there's not going to be a main villain. Because there's basically nothing else that, like, leads to a villain on this teaser poster. Every other teaser poster has something to do with the villain. Whether that be a color of ink. Whether it be, like, a little shadow in the corner. Heck, even the mini-bosses. Look at the Splatoon 3 one. It's got the 3 face masks that Pearl, Fry, and Big Man... Or, not Pearl, freaking Shiver. Shiver, Fry, and Big Man wear. And, yeah, so it's obviously leaked there. So, my best bet is that it's the Pearl drone. And if it's not the Pearl drone, it's Deadfish. Because any of those other characters just don't work as a final boss. Maybe they didn't even tease the final boss on here. But if they did, it's either gotta be the Pearl drone or Deadfish. That's just my standalone theory there. And yeah, so that's how the game's gonna work. You're gonna meet Pearl. Pearl's gonna be an imposter. Lead you up the tower. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe oh crap. Maybe you upgrade the Pearl drone on the way. And so you have to max out the Pearl drone, and then you fight the Pearl drone. I don't know. That's just another stupid theory. But yeah. So pretty good ideas. Honestly, I'm not sure, but I'm just really hyped for the game to release. I've been waiting for like a year now, I think. And yeah. So with that out of the way, I wanted to go ahead and take a moment to thank all of the people who have subscribed recently and helped me out with a couple theories. I respect your guys' opinions, but I know we all have our own. So, yeah, I didn't really go along with many, but here's a couple I listed right here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video, and if you really enjoyed it, just please consider subscribing. I know I'm not the best at talking here or anything, but, you know, I got some stuff to cook with, you know? So, yeah, with that out of the way, you know, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.